If you're new to the cruise port, Captain, my name is Captain Stacy, self-appointed. Me and my first mate, the German husband, we have been cruising for over 20 years. We started when we were young, and we just found it's just a fantastic way to see the world. But we found out there was a lot of information missing about actually the port. So we have created this channel to kind of summarize all the things that we have found out over time to make it easy for you to plan a great day when you get off the ship. And today we are talking all about Costa Maya, as we were saying before. So, some of the basics about Costa Maya is it is an artificial little Disney-like experience when you first get off the ship. And a big thing that can affect your time there is how many other ships are docked with you. So we took this picture to kind of illustrate this was the last time we were there. So we were on the MSC Seashore that had 5,000 plus passengers. Then we have Mein Schiff. That is a TUI ship. So that is a European company. If you've never heard of TUI, they are one of the largest tour operators in the world. And that has 2.5 thousand passengers on it. The Harmony of the Sea, that's a Royal Caribbean ship. That had another, you can see that to the right, that had another 5,000 plus passengers. And then in the back is the Radiance of the Sea. And that's one of their smaller ships at Royal Caribbean. And it had another 2,000 plus passengers. So, right, so you're talking like over 15,000 people could possibly getting off in this little tiny town. So, one of our pro tips is if you want to get off the ship, don't go first thing. It's easy to just still have plenty of time in port, have breakfast, enjoy your, a leisurely time, let all the crazy people get off first, and then you can get off later and enjoy the experience when it's a little less crowded. So the next video is going to actually show you how to kind of the flow of traffic. There is a walk from the ships to the pier. And I want to give you a sense of like how many people are going. So I took this video earlier in the morning. So check it out. So you saw like if you wanted to walk from the port, that was a lot of people and it's just crazier and crazier. But if you have mobility issues, here's a picture of a nice trolley that they also take to the ships that help you walk to the main area if you need it. Some other basics about this port: US currency is fine. If you're going to use taxis, we encourage you to get bills in increments of $20 and $10. That way you kind of have some more wiggle room as you negotiate with the taxi drivers. And then you can also, if you have dollar bills, if you want to get like something from a kiosk that's less expensive, then you've got that as well. And they certainly take US credit cards, no problem there. Another port basic is about immigration. Right now for US citizens, we just really just walked off. There was nothing there. I don't think any nationality was really carded or anything, especially getting off the ship. So just the normal stuff. You want to take your some identification with you, some money. It will be hot. I don't care when you go. We've both been there in the fall and spring, and it was still hot. And we're Floridians, so we're used to hot. And sunscreen and a little water. And you're gonna that'll get you off the ship. Those are the basics. We'll get to our options next. This is your take it easy option. This is directly at the end of the pier. So you can see a map of this kind of large shopping village that's available. You really don't need to even leave this complex to have a really nice day. The challenging part is that it can be wicked busy, as you saw. Like this day we were there, 15,000 people flooding into a very tight complex, but you can do lots of things here. And I'm going to show you some of the pictures from there too, so you get a sense of how crowded it can be and a little bit what it looks like. But it's a great day. I call it kind of Disney Mexico, because yes, it's a very new complex, and you can see here, just get a sense of how crowded it was. There are signs everywhere. You can see that to the right to show you directions. And you do have to go through this before you get to option 2. So you're going to walk through this regardless if you get off the ship. But again, it requires some patience, but there's lots of shopping there. When you get off the ship, you have the opportunity to get your picture made with the beautiful traditional dancers. Always so gorgeous. If you watch the other video, you know I'm a sucker for a mariachi band, and definitely I love the traditional costumes of Mexico. So you can have that. You have, you know, they even have more picture opportunities with Mayan traditional dancers. And there's just, again, it's a complex full of shopping, all kinds of, traditional Mexican goods, but also there are other things too. There's definitely a lot of restaurants. There's ice cream. Boy, is that place always busy. But it's a pretty easy day. Textiles, all that good stuff. You can get massages there. Uh, and I think they have the place where you can do the pedicures with the little fish biting you. I've never done that. If you've done that, let me know. Leave a comment. That'd be cool. Very easy just to spend a nice day here. If you don't want to go out and venture far, you can see there's even a little crosswalk at the top there. If you just want to have a nice day off the beach, it's almost like it's a private island kind of feeling because everything is very, I don't know, westernized, let's say. You could just get off the ship. You don't have to worry about money. I think there was even a dolphin excursion here, but it just makes a nice, easy, enjoyable day. But it can be very crowded, and it will probably be more like US prices. We haven't stayed in this area very long either time. We just kind of make our way through it to get to the second option. But if you do, you know, there's no harm there. It's still a great day out. So the next easiest option to do, and this is certainly easy to do it yourself, is to go to the original beach, Playa Maha, Mahahalula. Let me put my glasses on. I'm sure I'm murdering that. Mahahula. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Mahahula. So to do that on your own, you first have to exit from that major shopping area. So you're going to look for these wooden kind of signs. They're everywhere to help you get out of the port. Just like at Disney World, you have to go through the merchandise area before you get to the main area to leave and kind of hit real life again. And once you follow all the signs out, you can get a taxi if you want, or you can walk the 2 miles it takes to get there. That's what we do. There are other things too. You can see here that there's lots of local tour operators too, because there are other people who are staying on the coast. They're doing land based vacations. So there's lots of local tour operators as well. So at this particular place, you could rent bikes. Now we are walkers. And as you might remember, there was a German ship with us, and there were a lot of Germans walking there too. If you choose to walk it, it took about 40 minutes, but I want to first warn you about the shoes you need to wear. We saw people in flip flops. No, don't recommend that. It's a little bumpy at parts. So we advise to wear thicker soles shoes and definitely get that sunscreen with you. If you, yeah, sunscreen is great because it doesn't matter whether you're used to being in sun or not. You want to have that extra protection. I used to work at Disney when I was a kid, and I would just see these people just blow up into blistering red and lobster like. That's not fun. So avoid that and get some good sunscreen and some good shoes. And don't be afraid to walk it. We're going to show you how. So that last video kind of showed you the route itself. You take it through the middle and you can see like there's cars. It's easy. You're just going to follow everybody else. And I'm wondering if you can see my friend in this picture. We found an iguana on our way. Do you see him yet? All right, there he is. I'm gonna put that arrow there so you can see him. So yeah, that adds more to the fun for us. And once you get past that kind of bumpier sidewalk. That's probably about half of it is kind of more like a trail. Then you start getting on the main road. Again, you can see people are walking there. It becomes a little bit easier to walk. Also, we just want to point out too, when you're on this walk, you're going to run into convenience stores. So that's easy to pick up, like cheap water, cheap soda, cheap snacks. And they also took credit cards. So we didn't even have to have money with us. Um, those are easy things. We like doing that kind of stuff to give us more of a feel of what real life is like. Now, we absolutely recognize we are still in, a tourist area, but it is a little bit more normal than if we just stayed at that other shopping place. So we are walkers, but you can easily take a taxi to the beach as well. And you can see we're getting a little bit closer because there's a sign for Playa Mahahula. Mahahula. I just need to get a wax it. And I took an amazing picture of the beach because this is really a beach boulevard. And this is a panoramic picture, but it did not come out fully on my um, screen here. But gorgeous day. You are on the Gulf of Mexico. You cannot beat that, especially when the weather's good. Here's a fun pic. Here's a fun picture. Me and the German always taking pictures of each other, but giving you a sense of you can rent chairs easy enough. This is something else that a lot of people do is they get a massage at the beach. So kind of the going rate at this time is like, normal. They're going to bring you a card. It's not going to have any prices on it. Kind of going rate is like $1 a minute. You can negotiate that as well. But you just sit there and it's so peaceful and quiet. And every time I've done this, I've had an excellent experience. So don't be scared. Just have a good time and trust them. They know what they're doing. You can rent chairs from different resorts. So I'm gonna move my picture next time when I go through it. But this is the resort we went to the first time. Now we can't vouch for it in 2025 when we made this video if they still are great prices, but we did. They're all up and down that beach, so there are different options. If you don't like the price of where you're stopping, go somewhere else. But we had a great day. You can see where we were parked out, and absolutely, beverages are available, food's available, and we were right on the beach. And we were under an umbrella, not unimportant when it's hot. This is what we did. This is what we did. This time we stopped and had nachos. I had my great Modelo Mexican beer. And again, easy. Check with the establishments if they take credit cards and if they are included in service. Every country does it a little bit differently. Every venue does it a little bit differently. So if they don't have service included, kind of put that in your calculation when you're either going to add it to the credit card or you're going to bring a couple of dollars to leave as a tip. And that's it. I mean, it's easy. You walk there, you can have a great, easy day. It's more relaxed than the first part, the Disney World, because not as many people venture this far out. And it's not even really far. It was a 40-minute walk each way. Taxi drive would have been less than 10 minutes each way. So it is a really wonderful thing to do. But there's lots of other things to do. There are lots of tours operators if you want to do snorkeling. That is absolutely available to do. The ship's probably going to offer it, but you also can do it locally as well. We always, when we go somewhere new, if we want to do something that we think will take a tour operator, we'll look at Viator, we'll look at TripAdvisor, just to see what other people have done and get their ratings from there. But if you want to take it easy or simply have a great beach day, these are the two easiest options. You're going to have a great time and that sunscreen, that water, and those credit cards and some US cash. And we think you're going to enjoy your time in Costa Maya. And to get back to the ship, all you have to do is just keep following the signs, reverse what you did. So we hope all of this helped. If you have any questions, you can put that in the comments. We're happy to answer as we can. And otherwise, let's see. Let's see. Enjoy your time. Adios. I'll see you next time.